The hall's lights were excessively bright, as they always were in locations for events that looked costly, because someone thought that glass centerpieces and white tablecloths were elegant. So I waited at the entrance for a little. Just before I went in, I adjusted my collar, took a deep breath, and paid for every aspect of that evening, including the silence. When I stepped in, it felt as though I didn't exist. And I wasn't shocked to see monogrammed menu cards that nobody even read. The audience was already moving, giggling, sipping champagne, and swaying to the background music the DJ was playing. I noticed her right away, Maria. It was a lounge version of some song I didn't recognize. My wife, the birthday girl, always wore gold. She looked amazing, shimmered whenever she moved. And her grin was so good it deceived the friends and relatives in the room. Her radiant appearance gave the impression of a blissful life, a flawless marriage, a celebration of something I wasn't part of. When someone liked and admired her, nobody inquired about her husband's whereabouts. I was already there, sitting at the far end of the long table, being pulled along like some forgotten uncle. I learned how to be invisible. I sat calmly, my back straight, my eyes scanning the table across from her mother. Because it was simpler that way, her sisters were gathered around her. Her eyes sparkled, like the puppet master finally saw her favorite performance come to life. They only looked at me when they needed something, side-joking back and forth like they were on a talk show. I lifted my water, handed a napkin, took a glass. No alcohol. I wanted to feel it all over dinner. Didn't want to dull myself. Maria got up as the waiters cleared the plates. The lights dimmed slightly for the toast. Her phone was in one hand, taking notes, as she tapped her glass with that phony little ding. "Look at me." And everyone did. She started, "I just want to say a few words." Transparent. Theatrical. Meticulous. "Thank you all for coming tonight. It means the world to be surrounded by people I love." She grinned like a pageant queen. I genuinely care about those who motivate, encourage, and inspire me. As I look around the room, I see strength, ambition, and intellect. She paused. Eyes dramatic. "I'm proud of all my friends and family." She flicked her gaze down the table, just over my head. Then, like a skilled speaker, she grinned wider, cocked her head, and her eyes finally met mine. And then the room exploded. Not with celebration, but with laughter. Except the loser, sitting at the table. "My husband," her mother covered her mouth. Her sisters clapped. Gasps of laughter followed as if they had practiced it. Even a few of the men, strangers, chuckled. She smiled through her fingers, pretending to be alarmed. I didn't flinch, didn't move, just stared at her. She looked proud of herself, shoulders back, chin high, like this was the moment she'd been waiting for. Maybe she thought it was. Maybe she believed this was her social media mic drop moment. A roast, a viral video waiting to happen. But it was her final moment of control. I stood up, carefully, composed. My chair barely made a sound. As I moved around the table, it slid across the floor. I didn't glance at anyone, just her. I pulled a single black envelope from my coat pocket. Matte black, sealed, no writing on it, crisp, perfect. I placed it right above her phone, leaned just enough to reach the microphone, and pinned her dress to why. "Lift up my voice for you, wife. Happy birthday." Then I turned around and walked straight out of the lobby, past the stunned servers. No yelling, no slamming doors, not even a shout into the chilled night air. It was peaceful outside, far away from filtered lights and artificial laughter. I stood there for a while, breathing, hands in my pockets, listening. The fountain bubbled gently near the courtyard. I walked to the curb where my car was parked, leaned against the side, and listened to the hum of distant traffic. I looked up at the night sky, clouds drifting lazily across the darkness. And I wondered, how long would it take her? How long before she tore the envelope open and realized the truth wasn't dead. It had simply been waiting. Waiting behind my quiet. I didn't even check my watch. Didn't need to. Not 30 seconds later, I heard it, not a scream of pain, but comprehension, sharp, high-pitched, like the sound of a world collapsing. I didn't move. Didn't turn back. Didn't smile, because she wasn't invincible. Her feet were made of clay. I reached into my coat again, pulled out my keys, with a soft beep, unlocked the car, opened the door, sat down, closed it behind me. And I waited. Chaos had already started inside. Voices raised, someone asking what she was trying to calm down, people recording. Because that envelope wasn't just paper. It was a reckoning. I imagined the moment the music stopped. No one wanted to be part of the punchline. No one knew if they should stay or leave. I didn't have to yell, didn't have to explain. I gave her what she wanted, her moment. And then I gave her something else, a surprise, a carefully wrapped truth. Happy birthday, everyone. Her voice broke when she called my name. Trevor. I was resting against the car's window, which was partly down. It's amusing, really. Wearing that shimmering dress, eyes wild, she fell across the gravel. All because she remembered my name so well. Despite the mascara running halfway down her face, she kept clutching the package like she wasn't sure whether to rip it open or beg me not to. When she got close enough, she hissed, "What the hell is this? I didn't answer you." "Rip it. Or frame it," I replied. "You embarrassed me in front of my family. On my birthday." Now that was amusing, her voice going up half a register. "You embarrassed me 2 years in a row," I said. That was rich. The irony almost made me smile. This was the first time I had ever responded. In front of everyone, her jaw dropped slightly, but she recovered quickly. "A corporation, Trevor? You don't just shut down someone's business?" I looked her in the eyes, snatched it away like it was a toy. "You're right. You don't. Unless you legally own 61% of the shares. Unless it was built with your funds. Filed under your name, backed by your contracts," she muttered. "That's not possible," I shrugged. "Is it just you?" She glanced around, but she'd never bothered to read the fine print. Too busy making jokes about my lack of ambition. Her sister Brittany finally realized we weren't alone. Some of the guests had stepped out. One of them was filming, probably already